these are your notes on solving multi-step equations. For each example, copy down the equation and show the steps how to solve it. You don't necessarily have to draw the picture. If it helps you to draw the picture, go for it. The big thing that you're going to focus on is showing your steps algebraically. I am going to show both just so you can see where the steps are coming from. Alright, the first equation we're going to look at is 8x minus 3x equals 13 plus 7. So I'm going to start by showing 8x Alright, minus 3x. So I'm going to take these three and get rid of them. Then on the other side, I'm going to show 13 plus 7. Alright, now the equation that's represented is 5x equals 20. So I'm going to take these 20 tiles over here and I'm going to split them into 5 equal groups. And once I've done that, I've shown that each x is equal to 4 positives. So my solution is x equals 4. That's the solution I'm going to look for when I work through algebraically. This is the same equation, I'm just going to show my steps without the tiles. 8x minus 3x is 5x. 13 plus 7 is 20. And then just like I did with the tiles, I'm going to divide each of 20 tiles into 5 groups. I'm going to use a fraction bar to represent division. And then I have x equals 4. And again, that matches up with the solution that I got when I used the tiles. Okay, next equation. This one has parentheses, so this is 3 times the quantity of x plus 4 minus x equals 30. The 3 times the quantity part of the equation, I need to show 3 groups of x plus 4. So I'm going to start with one group of x plus 4. And then I'm going to make few copies until I get 3 groups of x plus 4. Alright, 3 groups of x plus 4 minus x. So I'm going to take this x right here and I'm going to get rid of it. Then on the other side of the equation, I have 30 tiles. So my new equation is 2x plus 12 equals 30. Okay, from there, I'm going to take these 12 and cancel them out. That means I need to cancel out 12 on the other side. Okay, those 12, I'm going to get rid of them. Now I have 18 tiles that I need to split into 2 equal groups. And once I do that, I'm going to find out that 1x is equal to 9. Okay. Now I'm going to solve it algebraically, showing my steps. I need to use the distributive property, so I'm going to do 3 groups of x, or 3 times x, plus 3 times 4. Okay, and we saw that 3 groups of x gave 3x, 3 groups of 4 gave 12. Okay, bring every other part of the equation down. Minus x equals 30. I'm going to continue combining like terms. So 3x and minus x, or negative 1x, is 2x. Bring everything else down. And now it looks just like the two-step equations we were solving before. Subtract 12 on both sides. Here's my zero pair. So I get 2x equals 18. Divide by 2 on both sides. I'm going to get x equals 9 as our answer. Alright, this one is already set up since we've seen a few on how to set them up. So I have two groups of 6x minus 1 plus 4 equals negative 22. I have several options. I can start canceling out zero pairs first. I can start taking away the negatives from both sides. As long as you're following your math rules, you've got some choices. So I'm going to start by combining these two and make them zero pairs. So I'm going to get rid of those ones. Okay. Next, I need to cancel out my two positives. So I'm going to add two positives back onto both sides. Okay, now I have zero pairs on this side. I can get rid of those. And now I have negative 24 that I need to split into 12 equal groups. So when I do that, each of the x tiles is going to be equal to negative 2. So x equals negative 2. Okay, now let's solve it algebraically. I'm going to start with the distributive property. Two groups of 6x, or 2 times 6x, minus 2 times 1, bring everything else down, plus 4 equals negative 22. Okay, I'm going to simplify. Two groups of 6x is 12x, minus 2, plus 4 equals negative 22. Okay, keep combining like terms. So I'm going to combine the constants. So 12x plus 2 equals negative 22. Subtract 2 from both sides. Here's my zero pairs. Okay, divide by 12 on both sides. We get x equals negative 2. Next, we're going to look at how to change a statement into an equation and solve it. So 18 more than 4 times the quantity of a number increased by 1 is 14. We talked about a few of the keywords before. The word is represents our equal sign. So I know that part of my equation, the second part of my equation, equals 14. Okay, when we piece together the rest of this, 18, you can just use the number, more than represents adding. 4 times, so 4 multiplied by. The quantity of a number means that we're going to be using parentheses. Quantity of, we're going to use parentheses. Okay, a number increased by 1. So a number, that's what we're looking for. We can use our variable, we can use n or x, whatever your favorite letter is. Increased by, addition, and the number 1. Okay, let's piece all of that together into a statement. So we have 18 more than 4 times the quantity, and since we're using parentheses, we don't necessarily need that multiplication sign, although if you want it in between the 4 and the parentheses, you can put it there. So we have a number increased by 1, okay, 4 times the quantity of a number increased by 1 is 14. Okay, there's the equation that we're going to start with. Because we have the parentheses, we're going to use distribution first. So 4 times n is 4n. 4 times 1 is 4. And we're going to bring everything else down. Okay, continue to combine like terms. 18 plus 4 is 22. Okay, and now we have a two-step equation. So we're going to subtract 22 from both sides. Here's my zero pair. (14 minus 22 is -8. Divide by 4 to get n equals -2. Okay, this would be an especially good time to check your solution, so plug that back into the equation that you started with. So in place of n, I'm going to substitute in -2. Okay, then I'm going to walk my way through it. 2 plus 1 is, sorry, -2 plus 1 is -1. -1 times 4 is -4. I can write these steps over here. And 18 plus -4 is 14, which is exactly what we wanted it to be for the second half of the equation. All right, final example for today. We're going to break apart a word problem and come up with an equation to represent it. You go shopping with the money you earned from walking a neighbor's dog. The total for 3 CDs, 1 book, and 1 DVD is $45.75. The prices of the CDs and the DVD are the same. The price of the book is $4 less than the price of the DVD. What is the price of the DVD? All right, we're going to start really basic, and we know that our total cost of $45.75 is just going to be all of our items added up. So we have 3 CDs, we have 1 DVD, and we have 1 book. All right, the question is asking for the price of the DVD, so that's how I know where my variable goes. So I'm going to say that X represents the number of DVDs. Okay, right below DVD, I'm going to substitute that with an X. Because the CD is the same as the DVD, I can also substitute the CDs with X. So 3 times X represents 3 CDs. Okay, plus my book is $4 less than the DVD. So I'm going to start with the price of the DVD and subtract 4. I'll put that in parentheses just because it's the cost of the book, and for now that can stay together. All right, now I'm going to start combining like terms. So I have 3x plus 1x plus 1x is 5x. Bring everything else down. And now it's just a two-step equation like we've been doing. So add 4 to both sides. There's my 0 pair. $49.75 on the other side. And then we're going to divide both sides by 5, which gives us a value of x equals 9.95. Okay, final step, because this is a word problem, we need to make sure we have units. So x equals $9.95, and since x is the number of DVDs, and actually that should say cost of DVDs, not number of DVDs. Our cost of the DVD is $9.95. It would be a good idea to write that as a statement.